I'm 682 two times. So in my main account and in one of my stacking. So now coming back to her question about my leadership style. So first of all, I want to let you all know that Chris and Karen, they are my upline leaders. So my leadership style will match, most of it will match, like 75%. But because I focus on specifically my community, so it will be like a little bit different, but it's a structured way. And being Indian, they see, I'm a little bit strict with my team, and my team is laughing there. They know. Because if something needs to be done, it needs to be done. They see my eyes and they know what I mean. So for example, so everything is organized. I'm a very organized person when it comes to work. So we have, I'm like a GPS for my team. You know, like I guide them, and if they go take a wrong turn, I reroute them, I bring them back, but I never leave them stranded. I never leave them alone. So they know that I'm always walking with them. Is that right?
So the next question is, how do you onboard a new member and how much responsibility do you take as a leader to ensure the new member's success?
Awesome. So what we do is we have a detailed checklist. We have a checklist. It's in very much detail, like whatever we have in the training site. We have listed it down. So as soon as we have a new member, new distributor, we send them that checklist, which is made by our team. And the first step, what they have to do, create a Facebook page, season it for 2 weeks. What kind of seasoning, like what actual content they will have to post. It's been detailed there. So as soon as they are done with that, they mark it tick, so it's done. So after every set of frame, they know that they have to now book a Zoom with their mentor. And for example, the first step will be like campaign. So it's mentioned that bring your credit card, come with a family photo, and come with a short family quote. So all they need to do is schedule a Zoom with their mentor. And of course, in between, if they need any help, they are stuck, they know where to reach the mentor. So basically, we are available to my team. You can say 24/7. They know they can message me even 1 o'clock at night. But of course, or if I'm sleeping, I don't reply, but as soon as I see the message, I do reply. And over here, Chris will differ that I should have some time. But this business is in my soul, so 24 hours I'm doing this business, even if I'm sleeping.
Thank you so much, and you do have to take care of yourself as well as what Chris mentioned. What do you talk about, or how do you handle refunds or the 149 without doing, because we say that if you talk to a coach, you don't get the 149 back. How do you handle that?
That's a great question, and I honestly do it a little differently here. So I do once a month free coaching Zoom for my buyers and my downlines buyer. So for example, if we have a refunded buyers or even active buyers, so once in a month we have a fixed day and time. So we do a free Zoom. I offer a free coaching Zoom. So even if the buyers are refunded, even they can attend, and I give the exact coaching call, how we do it for one-on-one coaching. So same presentation, same thing. And end of the presentation, we do question answers. They can ask me questions. And once we started this, we started seeing like even refunded buyers. I would not say 100%, maybe even like for example, if you have 50 refunded buyers in 1 month, for example, for my whole downline, so even if we get 5 buyers coming back, that's a win-win for the whole team. So we are trying our best, and so that way, if they are worried about their 149 refund, we offer them to wait for a month because every month we have a free coaching zone.
Wonderful. So that's a great takeaway. So basically, if everybody understood correct, you go on a call as a coach with your buyers, guaranteeing that even after the coaching, they want to get a refund, they get a refund. Perfect. Thank you. And the last thing for now is how close is your team? How do you keep them close?
We are very close. We are very closely knit, and they all are saying yes. So we have a way of doing this. We have a weekly meeting. Definitely, I copied from Chris and Karen. They have a Friday, I have Saturday. So today, my other coaches in my team, they are doing it if I am not there. But my whole downline know if they have any questions, they come on Saturday. We have a fixed time, fixed day, so no excuses. And even the people who are working full time, they can also come on Saturday. So that way. And one more thing, I do not record my weekly Zoom meetings. I do not record. And that is the reason people want to come. And another thing, I have a fixed start time, but I don't have any fixed end time. The meetings usually goes on for 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. We end the meeting only once all their questions are answered. We don't want to rush and just finish the Zoom because the time is up.
So do you have a fixed day of the month where people know this day, no matter what there is a meeting?
Yes, it's once in a week, weekly, and we also have our monthly Zoom. So what we do is we give monthly challenges to my team, and they're real cash money. So that actually motivates them. So for example, our recent one, which is ongoing challenge for my team is 8 contracts in 10 days. And I have the end date, literally 8 contracts. It could be 2 perfectas, that's 8 contracts. So we already have 3 people who achieved that goal, and the last day is 22nd of September. The prize money is 500 each.
That's a great incentive that you're doing. So clap for her. There are reasons why her team is also doing good. So those who don't have a team, you're learning a lot today. And you're going to learn more from our next presenter. Thank you, Hetal, but you will have one more question at the end, so you can still sit. Our next presenter thinks that if others can do it, I can do it. She likes deep pink red, bold, vibrant, and impossible to ignore, just like her energy. In a deserted island, she would bring with her ChatGPT. In just 10 months, she has created a success story that proves what's possible when we commit and do the work. So get ready to roll your sleeves and make it happen. Please welcome our powerhouse, herself and Joe.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for taking your time, Anne, and everybody who don't know, and you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So I'm Anne Turtle. I live in Kingston, Ontario, and I had a long career in the corporate world, and then I transitioned into traditional network marketing with a supplement company. And that took me to Africa. I built a team of about 100,000 people, and I was one of the top in the world for the company. but then the company got into trouble, and so left all my markets, and that left me at 58 years old with no income and not enough saved for retirement. So I came back to Canada, was thinking, what am I going to do? You know, I didn't want to start looking for a 9-to-5 job at almost 60, and I tried some different things. Nothing really worked until I saw this, and I knew right away it was for me. Love it.
So there was some ad somewhere with the proper hook and the story and the call to action. Talking about story, everybody knows, and Anne has her daily drop-ins about story. So Anne, what would you like to say about your stories?
Yes, so, you know, if you've ever seen me, and if you haven't, just go and watch the replays. But to me, getting your story straight is the #1 foundation. It's the foundation for your ad. It's the foundation for a conversation with a friend who looks at you and says, oh, what are you doing these days? It's the foundation for your conversation with a lead, with a buyer. It is absolutely everything. So everything we heard from Karen today, we heard about storytelling today, it's just so key, and you want to get it to the point where you can be, you know, you can do it in a minute, you can do it in 2 minutes, not 5 minutes though, that's too long. So no more than 3 minutes, but preferably closer to 2. And a story is not an ad. You don't have to have a call to action at the end. You just heard a little bit of my story, right? So your story is always, in my view, it has 4 parts. You're doing your introduction, your background, you're doing your pain points. That is the most important part. Just like when Karen talked about that in the ad, if you don't have those pain points, you know, sometimes you might have heard in this kind of space, oh, your why should make you cry. Well, it doesn't have to make you cry, but you have to get some pain, right? And so you need your pain points, and then you need to talk about, hey, I found a solution, and how you feel now about the future. It doesn't matter if you've made money or not. You feel hopeful, you feel excited, and one thing I always say as well, whatever you can't defend, you promote. So if someone says, well, how much money have you made? Well, I haven't made any money yet. I've just started. But I can tell you what, my mentor, my coach, everyone around me is making money, and I know that if I just keep following the steps, that I'm going to make all the money I planned, and I'll be able to quit my job in the next 3 years, or whatever you want to say, but with confidence, with conviction, right? So you have to have that posture. Yeah, the only way you get that, by the way, is by practicing. So yeah.
And what would you say about building relationships with your people?
Okay, good. So building relationships, you know, you're going to be talking to people that you know. So I'm a big believer in talking to people. I know we're in an online business, but I kind of do both. I do ads and I do warm market, and I always try and talk to whoever wants to talk to me. If I get a message back, someone just signed up yesterday, retired police officer. Her message back to my email was, I'm a retired police officer. This is too good to be true. It's got to be a scam. And I said, great, why don't we have a video call and let's talk?
Yeah.
And now she signed up with a Podfecta yesterday. So here's the thing. When you're talking to anyone, it doesn't matter if it's someone who you haven't seen in 20 years, who saw something on your page, a brand new lead you've never spoken to, your job is to build a relationship, first and foremost. If they say, oh yeah, I just want to know, what's this business all about? Oh my gosh, it's so great to talk to you. Well, tell me all about you. What have you been doing for the last 20 years? You don't have to answer their question, guys. If you hear yourself talking too much, shut up and ask a question, okay? You have to ask a question. You have to make it about them. You see, all of these ads we saw, it was just about, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Well, that's nice, but what about the other person, right? It's got to be the other person. So you've got to find out about them. That's very key. Be curious. Ask them questions. And believe me, for years, I would, oh God, Anne, you're talking too much. I could hear it in my head. It's like, I just stopped mid-sentence. So, yeah, so tell me again, like, what is it that you're looking for? It just reminds me, when I hear myself talking too much, to stop and ask a question. So you really have to be curious about the other person.
Thank you, that is definitely insightful. And you know what, remember this, if you're talking too much, shut up.
But don't just shut up and do nothing. Shut up and ask a question. Okay? You don't want dead silence. That's not going to work for you either. Yeah.
I know I'm talking too much for the last 2 days, I'm going to shut up in the next 1.5 hours for sure. So sharing about your stories and your goals, would you like to add anything on how to share story with your goals?
So one thing that is important, if you're talking to someone warm market, make sure that there's a need, because sometimes there's no need. So don't be trying to push yourself or your opportunity if there is no need. My sister doesn't have a need for this business. She's happy, she doesn't want a business. Some people don't. I started talking to warm market, asking them all about them. They're set for retirement, they're fine, they're happy. I'm not offering my business. So watch for that. Then, in terms of warm market, the other thing I would always want to do, especially warm market, is tell them what the process is going to look like. Because if you talk to someone and you say, oh my gosh, yeah, you can check this business out, here's a link to my website, and they know you, they're gonna look at it, they're gonna say, this doesn't tell me anything. Like, this is some kind of scam. Has that ever happened to anyone? Yeah. Me too. The first person I ever spoke to, I thought, oh, for sure, she's going to love this. Well, nothing. Like, she's like, no, I didn't get anything out of that. And now she's gone. So I always tell people the process. You're going to watch a free webinar. You're going to get something, but not enough. We're going to add you to our Facebook group. But then you know what to do. The next step to really go deep under the covers, you're going to pay $149 US, and you're going to see all of the details, and it's going to pay for your business platform if you decide to get your business started. And if you decide it's not for you, just ask for a refund. So I let them know so that they know what to expect. Just like what Karen was saying in the ad, don't just say click the link. Enter your name and email, watch the webinar. So don't just click the link and watch my webinar. Well, watch the webinar. You're not going to get enough. You can go to the next step. Here's what it gets you. And we can talk anytime. So you give them the process so that they're not surprised that they've seen the first step and it's like, but this doesn't even tell me anything. So I like to do that. I like to make sure that people know.
Thank you so much. And the last question, I know you always talk about 5 keys to success. What are your 5 keys?
Yes. So, number one, for me, I'm all in. And that's a question you have to ask yourself. Are you all in? 100 million% all in. It doesn't mean you're working full-time. You're working at this full-time. You could have a full-time job. You could have a busy family. But if you have an hour a day, are you all in? Are you committed? Do you know for sure you are going to be successful? You have no other option. Because if you're just dabbling, oh, I didn't get any leads on my ad. Oh, I had to redo my video. My mentor didn't like it. It's not going to serve you. You just know, okay, all right, well, I'm all in, so I guess I'll redo it another 10 times until it's okay. So number one, be all in. Number two, you see, I brought my glasses for a reason, didn't I? Oh, there we are, yes, okay. So the other thing is mindset. That's huge. Number one, I loved Chaitali's presentation this morning. Oh my goodness, it was so great. Because if your mindset is not right, and a lot of us come into this business without ever having done any work in that area, really and truly just ask yourself, what are you doing every day to work on your mindset? Jamie Smith, who gave a prize away, he has a great free course in our community that a lot of people don't know about, which is exactly what Chaitali talked about this morning with the law of attraction and really getting your mindset. So I would encourage anyone just to take that free course. It doesn't cost you anything. Or find something that resonates with you so that every day you're working on mindset. And then the third one is showing up. Yeah, make sure you're consistent. Make sure you're showing up for your business. I joined the 6 a.m. Beyond program in January, and that challenged me to go live every day. And I remember one of my leads, who I'd known for 20 years, she said, oh, I've been watching you go live on your page. You're really getting a lot better. And I thought it was okay at the beginning, but obviously she's noticing that I'm getting better. And I have been going live every single day since January 1. Every single day. I maybe missed 2. Every single day. And now I have thousands of views. I had nobody at the beginning. And so people are watching. My leads are saying, oh, I just love your positive energy. My people are watching. Even if you don't get comments, people are watching. I know now it's a lot of you guys who are watching, so thank you. But that's okay too, right? Because but just show up every day for your business.
May I have a question, please? Yeah, may I have a quick question, please? How do you choose your subject for every day?
Oh my gosh, you know what? Here's what I should be doing if I was really smart and awesome. I would be planning. But instead I wake up and I think, what do I feel like talking about today? It could be a conversation with a lead. You know, you hear people talking about you, right? So I remember this one fellow said, as a response on my ad or something, you're an old granny and you dress like your clothes came out of a dumpster. I'm like, you know how when Shitali said you're a big idiot? Well, for me, I have a lot of self-confidence. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? So I went live about that. And I made it into a bit of fun, right? Like, well, I'm sorry if you think my clothes come out of a dumpster, but I kind of like this top, you know? Like, and I just had fun with it. So whatever happens during the day, that's what inspires me to go live. If someone's had a disappointment and they've expressed it, I might talk about disciplining your disappointments. Maybe I've had a refunder. Or maybe, you know, it's not always business. I always throw a little bit of my backstage life and a little bit of business, a little point. Like, if you guys have been watching me, you know I'm getting ready to travel. I'm a terrible packer. I'm normally like 2 massive suitcases for a weekend, and I've got to go for 2 months with a little case, and you know, I'm worried about that, so I'm thinking about packing, and people are giving me ideas. The blouse I tried on, by the way, that was a scam, just in case any of you saw that one. So I can't get a refund on that. So yeah, whatever's happening. Okay, accountability partners. Okay, make sure you have them. Who has an accountability partner that you meet with weekly? Oh my gosh, I love it. So about half. So when you're practicing talking to people, or you're practicing your story, have 1, 2, or 3 accountability partners that you meet with every single week. And you practice, and you say, hey, can you look at my ad? Hey, can you look at my page? Give me your feedback. This is my target for the week. Set your targets, your goals together. If you don't have an accountability partner, there's tons of people right here, right? Talk to people, you know, after the event and say, hey, it should be around your level. So don't all of you go rushing to Karen and say, hey, can you be my accountability partner? Because that's not going to work. But if there's another 2A or a 1A or a 3A and you're in the same, you're all in Ontario, fantastic. Form a little group and get on that. And that's it, guys. Don't worry about being perfect. Just do it. Just show up. You're going to be really bad. It's fine. Just show up. You is exactly perfect. Someone is waiting for you to talk to them, right? Yes.
Thank you for both, but I will have a question. There's a reason I have both on stage. So one attracts much younger crowd, one attracts a little bit older or senior.
Oh, grannies.
One does ads, one focused on warm market, one has been running the business for a long time, she has been for a short time, but both reach success. So if you think success has one definition, it doesn't, right? So my question to you will be, is there anything that you thought you will be doing ads and less on warm market, or have you thought anyway that I'm going to do more on warm market, less on ad? Is that a choice?
For me, I always think warm market is a lot of delegation and consistency and time. With ads, it runs an automation. So I prefer to run ads. Warm market, I've never gone that side.
With VCs, it work a little bit less. They ask a lot of questions. And you answer her side.
So when I started, I was like, okay, what's an ad? I've never seen one. Is it like a TV ad? Can you show me one? I had no idea. So I do ads, and you know, I do get buyers and distributors from ads. but I also started with Warm Market because I also have a history. But what I realized is that my traditional Warm Market, like just my corporate colleagues or people from the past, I was having great conversations, but they weren't really expressing a need. Even if they had one, I don't think they have that entrepreneurial mindset.
Right.
On the other hand, Janice, who is here today, she saw something I was posting. We worked together 20 years ago, loved each other then. She contacted me, and now she's an amazing team member with us. So it just depends, right? But some people I did reach out to because I thought that they would love what we're doing. And actually, my team leader, my upline in my previous business, who I learned so much from, Mike and Lynn, were my very first business partners. So I'm very happy for that too. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And before you put on the mic back to her, go back to keep it with you. In this last 10 months, have you done any mistakes that you will not repeat, or you learned from that?
Honestly, I would say that I'm pretty happy with how everything's going. I wouldn't mind being more disciplined. I just wake up and I start on my phone, and I would like to maybe have better routines and more planning, and I'd like to be better in so many ways, but I'm just not. So I just go with what I have and what I can do, and so far so good. And I'm very grateful because I also learn. I learn from so many people in the community. I hear something and I absorb it. I study a lot. I really study a lot in the community. I learn from Karen and Chris. I learn from Hedl. I just learn from, I watched every one of Karen's daily drop-ins because I didn't even know what an ad was. So before I do anything, I study. I look at all the materials that we all have available to us, and I dive in deeply. So sometimes I feel like, and Chris taught me this. This is something he taught me, which is really good. It's like, be resourceful. What are 3 things you've already done to figure it out yourself? Because in my past business, I would just do everything. And I would just be the person to answer all the questions. And that doesn't work. Because just like Karen and Chris said in their talk, empower people to learn themselves instead of holding their hands. So I'm still trying to do all of those things. I'm still trying to get better, but it's been amazing. Yeah, it's been great.
Thank you. Same question for you, Hetal. Any mistakes you have done that?
I have done a lot of mistakes. So first mistake is relying only on Facebook, because my Facebook account and my business page was disabled 4 times. The current one is my 5th one, and I'm happy that it's stable now. So the mistake I learned was never to rely on one platform. So that is when I stepped up and learned about YouTube, also Instagram, and also TikTok, and also LinkedIn. So I'm active on all the platforms, and I'm able to run ads on all the platforms. I don't, but I still have a backup. So if my one platform shuts down suddenly, I have a backup plan. So in the beginning, I wasted a lot of time because creating a new account, wait for a week, create a business page from that, wait for 2 weeks to season, 2 weeks like campaign, 1.5 month is gone. So you can imagine times 4 I have gone through that. And my second mistake, it's ongoing, I'm working on it, to give little time to my family, to be organized, time management. Like, I'm available all the time for myself, for my business. So yeah, I'm still learning. Every day I learn something new.
Thank you so much.
I have to add a mistake. I'm relying on Facebook. I should be getting ready for YouTube and other things, so thank you. That's a mistake. Yes, thank you.
So yes, our business is our backup plan for your finances, but have a backup plan for your business as well, right? Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure you all have enjoyed our